Meeting come to order, please. Roll call, if you press your present button, please. Record it. Thank you. Announcements?
He's here.
Okay.
That's the first announcement.
What?
Secondly,
Who's he?
is Mr. Richter.
What happened to it? Oh, never mind. You're here.
We'll note it in the minutes.
Okay.
Announcements, staff?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we've got a couple announcements. First of all, welcome to our grand break with tradition by meeting at 5:30. Hope no one had trouble getting here tonight, and we appreciate having you. Hopefully this will work out as well as we hoped it might. Secondly, we do have one withdrawal. That'd be item 11. That'd be the final plat review for the Enderley property. And a reminder note, next week we're starting next week rather, we have a series of public forums that y'all have been notified about regarding the educational impact fee. First one is going to be Wednesday night at 6:30 at the Independence High School auditorium. Second will be this, which is the 14th, by the way. Second will be here at 6:30 in this facility on Thursday the 15th. And finally, we're going to go out Mr. Mosley's way and try out the new high school on Wednesday the 21st at 6:30 in the auditorium. So just wanted to make that announcement for y'all's benefit in case you hadn't gotten your emails yet. Otherwise, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Consideration of the minutes of August 11. Any corrections? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Prepare to vote. Vote now. Motion carries. Thank you. Consideration of the consent agenda. Anyone on the commission wishing to pull an item for separate discussion, please say so now. Otherwise, we'll take it as a whole. Anyone? None? Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Begin with item 3, Bell Vista. Section 3, performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $243,000. Recommendation, extending current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 4, Falls Grove, Section 2, performance bond for wastewater collection system, $231,300. Recommendation, convert to maintenance in the amount of $69,390 and extend for a period of 2 years. Item 5, Falls Grove, Section 2, performance bond for water, $330,000. Recommendation, convert to maintenance amount of $33,000 and extended for a period of 1 year. Item 6, Falls Grove, Section 2, performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $675,000. Recommendation, convert to maintenance amount of $375,000 and extend for a period of 1 year. And item 7, Falls Grove Amenity Center, performance bond for landscaping, $72,700. Recommendation, convert to maintenance the amount of $21,800 and extend for a period of 7 months. Now dropping down to item 12, final plat review for the Grove, Section 8, containing 5 lots on 7 acres located off Arno Road in the 2nd voting district. This plat is in order and staff recommends approval of the final plat with the following stipulations. 1, the posting of performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control in the amount of $233,000. 2, the posting of a maintenance bond for water improvements in favor of Mill Crofton Utility District in the amount of $6,550.50. Item 3, the posting of performance bond for wastewater collection system in the amount of $20,200. 4, execution of a stormwater maintenance agreement and submission of operation and maintenance plan for stormwater improvements. And 5, submission of the approved final plat in DWG format on recordable media based on a Tennessee State Plane Coordinate System prior to signature and recording of the plat.
Thank you, sir. Questions on consent? Motion? Motion made and seconded. Prepare to vote. Record it. Motion carries. Thank you. Concludes the consent agenda. Any old business, staff?
No, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Presentation of the agenda items. First agenda item under preliminary plats. Number 8, preliminary plat review for Daventry Phase 1 containing 34 lots on 73 acres located off Tullis Road in the 5th voting district. Staff?
A concept plan for this development was approved at the August 2016 meeting. The applicant is now requesting preliminary plat approval for the first phase of the development, which consists of 34 lots and approximately 59 acres of open space. The preliminary plat is consistent in layout with that depicted on the concept plan. As was mentioned at concept plan stage, the applicant is requesting a right-of-way of 40 feet in order to accommodate sidewalks outside of the right-of-way, as well as sewer being located outside of the right-of-way. The applicant is also requesting design speed of 25 miles per hour for roadways within the development. Staff is in support of these requests. Staff recommends approval of this preliminary plat. In conjunction with final plat consideration, the following items must be addressed. 1. Prior to final plat submittal, a zoning certificate must be obtained for the completed wastewater treatment and disposal system. Prior to issuance of the zoning certificate, the applicant shall provide the following. A letter from TDEC indicating that said system was installed and is functioning. B, as-built drawings showing the location of all system components and a sealed certification letter from the design engineer indicating that said system was constructed in accordance with the approved construction plans and specifications. C, a letter from the owner/utility provider indicating that it has accepted said system and is currently operating same. D, posting of a performance bond in the amount of $123,000 for the non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system as specified by the county's wastewater consultant. And E, the posting of a performance bond in the amount of $40,920 for landscaping improvements. Item 2, submittal of HOA documents for review and approval by the county attorney's office. The approved HOA documents must be recorded prior to the recording of the final plat. 3, establishment of performance bonds for roads, drainage, and erosion control. 4, establishment of a performance bond for water improvements in favor of Millcrofton Utility District. 5, establishment of a performance bond for water improvements in favor of Nolensville College Grove Utility District. 6, establishment of a performance bond for the wastewater collection system. 7, submission of landscaping plans and establishment of a performance bond for landscaping. 8, execution of a stormwater maintenance agreement and submission of an operation and maintenance plan for stormwater improvements. And 9, submission of the approved final plat in DWG format on recordable media based on the Tennessee State Plan Coordinate System prior to signature and recording of the plat. Mr. Chairman, on your desk in front of you, you'll find the correspondence that we've received for this item.
Thank you, sir. Questions of staff? Comments? Pete?
Yes, I've had several calls this week pertaining to the traffic flow with 2 or 3 subdivisions being tied together right there at Clovercroft Road and Tullis Road. And the neighbors feel like they haven't been given a public hearing to talk with the staff and planning staff about what's going on in that subdivision. And they also feel like that something should be done in the way to slow the traffic down or prevent so much cut-through traffic from Clovercroft Road through to Tullis Road and through that area. They've talked about some sort of emergency gates part of the way through there on dividing the Tullis Road subdivision from the Clovercroft Road subdivision, but they feel like they've definitely haven't been given a chance to have an open forum with staff concerning this subdivision. One question I would have, they requested a 40-foot right-of-way and a design speed limit of 25 miles an hour. What is a design speed limit of 25 miles an hour? I've been in this county all my life. I've never seen anybody drive 25 miles an hour anywhere.
That's what it is,
What is it?
a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Who enforces this?
The sheriff's department.
Well, how do we design it so that it takes care of it?
Well, there are criteria.
That's just another engineering term for hot air, I think, John.
Lloyd?
Yeah, I mean, the last several years, we've been asking people to post the speed limit in subdivisions for 25 miles per hour. People don't want people going 30 miles per hour, so it's a criteria that AASHTO establishes, and you've got like curve radiuses. So if you've got a horizontal curve, your radius, if it's tighter than a certain amount, like 125 feet, then it's not going to meet a 30-mile-per-hour design speed. And there's also limits for the vertical curves too, and how steep you can have those grades. So based on how you design it, is how you can post it and how fast, people will feel comfortable driving, or how fast it's safe to drive the road. So, I would think if they're concerned about cut-through traffic, they would definitely want it designed to 25 instead of 30, because if it's designed to 30, a lot of times people feel comfortable traveling 40 to 50.
But they had questions about what went in design. You just basically make it less safe to drive.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that, Pete.
If it's designed to 25, I guess you could say it's less safe to drive 80 than it would be if it was designed for 30.
Where's the consultant for this? I'm gonna let you defend your subdivision and us quit doing it.
Well, I'm Jamie Reed with SCC. Evening, everybody. Floyd's exactly right. I mean, of the last, 8, 9, 10 different subdivisions I've done, most of them have been 25 miles an hour speed limit, and we designed them for that. But everything Floyd said is exactly right. We would rather the traffic within the subdivision be at slower speeds versus the 30, 40 mile an hour speeds. But it's been designed for the 25 mile an hour and 40-foot right-of-ways.
You understand, Pete?
No, I don't understand, but I'll accept what you're saying.
Okay.
Well,
Anything-
what about staff and people having a public forum to speak on this?
Well, Pete, our regulations are pretty clear about public hearings. What's the question?
Huh?
Our regulations are very clear about when we have public hearings and when we don't. I don't understand your question.
Well, I say they don't meet the criteria to ever have a public hearing on this subdivision.
Not with the size of the subdivision, no.
Okay.
Anything else? There, county commissioner can come up here and, by right now, as you know, we changed it. It's not my discretion. He can come up here anytime and address this commission about everything his constituency's complaining about. Is he here? I'm sorry?
Mr. Green.
Is there more than one out there?
This is Tommy's level, so.
No.
No, this isn't,
Other board, all
this isn't
I
the
know
district.
that.
Fourth district.
Oh. But that's not, Blue Green's district.
Well, it splits them. It's
Oh, okay.
the road split.
There's one of them, but I don't know who the
Greg
other.
Lawrence and,
Greg.
Kathy Danner and Kathy Danner.
Yeah, that's right. Greg Lawrence is the guy.
Yeah, Greg Lawrence.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Gentlemen, lady? I hear none. Is there a motion? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? I hear none. Prepare to vote. Vote now. Record the vote. Motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item 9, preliminary plat review for Fiddlers Glen, Phase 1.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mackey, I've got.
To what?
Last month, Daventry was up for the plat review, concept review. You didn't have any way to let, people from the community speak. Now if you had a concept plan today, you would allow us to speak.
That's correct.
We've been able to speak since day one. And I'm requesting a chance to speak.
No, sir. It's denied.
So are you.
Friendly people. Number 9, preliminary plat review for Fiddlers Glen, Phase 1, containing 47 lots on 139 acres located off of Murfreesboro Road in the 5th voting district.
A concept plan for this development was approved at the August 2016 meeting. The applicant is now requesting preliminary plat approval for the first phase of the development, which consists of 47 lots and approximately 118 acres of open space. The preliminary plat is consistent in layout with that depicted on the concept plan. As mentioned at concept plan stage, the applicant is requesting a right-of-way of 40 feet in order to accommodate sidewalks outside of the right-of-way, as well as sewer being located outside of the right-of-way. The applicant is also requesting a design speed of 25 miles per hour for roadways within the development. Staff is in support of these requests. The site straddles the boundaries between Millcrofton Utility District and Nolensville College Grove Utility District. However, water service for this phase of the development will be provided solely by Nolensville College Grove Utility District. Staff recommends approval of this preliminary plat. In conjunction with final plat consideration, the following items must be addressed. Prior to final plat, turn lane improvements on Murfreesboro Road must be completed in accordance with the approved plans. 2. Prior to final plat submittal, a zoning certificate must be obtained for the completed wastewater treatment and disposal system. Prior to issuance of the zoning certificate, the applicant shall provide the following. A letter from TDEC indicating that said system was installed and is functioning. B, as-built drawings showing the location of all system components and a sealed certification letter from the design engineer indicating that said system was constructed in accordance with the approved construction plans and specifications. C, a letter from the owner/utility provider indicating that it has accepted said system and is currently operating same. D, posting of a performance bond in the amount of $175,000 for the non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system as specified by the county's wastewater consultant. And E, the posting of a performance bond in the amount of $15,070 for landscaping improvements. Item 3, submittal of HOA documents for review and approval by the county attorney's office. The approved HOA documents must be recorded prior to the recording of the final plat. 4, establishment of a performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control. 5, establishment of a performance bond for water improvements in favor of Nolensville College Grove Utility District. 6, establishment of a performance bond for the wastewater collection system. 7, dedication of right-of-way 60 feet off the center line of Murfreesboro Road. 8, submission of landscaping plans and establishment of a performance bond for landscaping. 9, execution of a stormwater maintenance agreement and submission of an operation and maintenance plan for stormwater improvements. And 10, submission of the approved final plat in DWG format on recordable media based on the Tennessee State Plan Coordinate System prior to signature and recording of the plat.
Consultant here?
Yes, sir. He's here.
Where?
Jamie Reed.
Just park there for a minute in case there's a question.
Yes,
Any
sir.
comments on agenda item 9? Questions? Questions of staff or questions of the consultant? Anyone? Motion made and seconded. Pete, discussion? You got a question?
Huh?
Did you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
How many entrances this subdivision have on Murfreesboro Road?
1.
In other words, that's 99 lots would be the maximum amount this subdivision can have in it.
Mike?
What is?
99 lots is the most that this subdivision can have without providing a second means of ingress and egress. There is, the concept plan that you all approved has one entrance, as Mr. Reed said, on Murfreesboro Road. There's also a stub road to an adjoining property. And so they would be limited to 99 lots on a dead-end road network. And if they wanted to exceed that, then that stub to the adjoining property would have to actually be a road that connects out to another road.
Someone had asked me that, and I didn't know.
Yes, sir.
Other questions? We have a motion and a second. Further discussion? I hear none. Prepare to vote. Vote now. Well. Have we locked up? Well, we're good? Record it? Oh, excuse me. Now you're locked. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 10 under final plats. Final plat review for Cartwright Close revised containing 16 lots on 127 acres located off of Hidden Valley Road in the 8th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A revised final plat for this development was approved by this body in October 2008. At that time, the development included 22 lots. In June of 2016, this body approved a revised preliminary plat for the development. The purpose of the revised preliminary plat was to shorten Cartwright Close Drive by approximately 1,300 feet and to reduce the number of lots in the development from 22 to 16 by consolidating multiple lots in the rear of the development. The applicant is now requesting approval of a revised final plat for the development. The final plat is identical in layout to the recently approved preliminary plat. This plat is in order and pending approval by the Department of Sewage Disposal by meeting date. Staff recommends approval with the following stipulations. 1, the posting of a revised performance bond in the amount of $375,000 for roads, drainage, and erosion control. 2, final approval of all septic systems for each lot from the Department of Sewage Disposal Management. And 3, providing 2 copies of the approved final plat in DWG format on recordable media based on the Tennessee State Plan Coordinate System prior to signature and recording of the plat. And we have now received approval by the Department of Sewage Disposal Management.
Questions of staff? Final plat. Your motion? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? I hear none. Prepare to vote. Record it. Motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item 11 is withdrawn. Agenda item 12 was on consent. Agenda item 13, final plat review for Waterleaf, Section 1, containing 20 lots on 35 acres located off of Gosa Hill Road in the 12th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A preliminary plat for this development was approved at the October 2015 meeting. The applicant is now requesting final plat approval for the first section of the development, which contains 20 lots and approximately 6 acres of open space. The final plat is generally consistent in layout with that depicted on the preliminary plat. As identified in the preliminary plat review, the off-site roadway improvements on Gosa Hill Road were to be completed in accordance with the approved plans prior to submission of the final plat for review. The applicant has complied with this requirement. At this time of this writing, the Department of Sewage Disposal Management is reviewing this request. Approval is expected by meeting date. The final plat is in order, and staff recommends approval with the following stipulations. The posting of a performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control in the amount of $350,000. The posting of a performance bond for landscaping in the amount of $25,960. The posting of a performance bond for incomplete water improvements within this section in favor of Millcroft and Utility District in the amount of $30,000. The posting of a maintenance bond for water improvements in favor of Millcroft and Utility District in the amount of $18,578.10. Execution of a stormwater maintenance agreement and submission of an operation and maintenance plan for stormwater improvements, and submission of the approved final plat in DWG format on recordable media based on the Tennessee State Plan Coordinate System prior to signature and recording of the plat. Mr. Chairman, the Department of Sewage Disposal Management has approved the request at this time.
Thank you, ma'am. Questions of staff? Comments? Is there a second? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. My bad. A motion and second. Any further discussion? I hear none. Prepare to vote. Vote now. Record it. Phew, Holly, there you go. Motion carries. Thank you. Under other, approval of the Planning Commission meeting schedule for 2017. Staff?
This is what you all do each year, approving the schedule for the next calendar year. The meetings are, as they always are, on the second Thursday of each month. The only change here from what you usually do is that the submittal deadline has been moved up by 2 weeks. I think we mentioned that last month, just to give a little bit more time during the review cycle, but it won't affect what you all see, and your meetings will still be at the same on the same day.
Oh, the submittal deadlines. Okay. Questions of staff? Motion? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Prepare to vote. Vote now. Recorded. Motion carries. Any other business? Motion to adjourn. We're out of here. Thank you.